Hello everybody, my name is Afro Artist. Today I'm here to propose an idea. A long time ago PopCap EA announced that they were working on a new Plants vs Zombies shooter game. This game turned out to be Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville. While the game was fun, it was not what everyone wanted. Today I'm here to give an idea on what you all may have wanted. A game that everyone has wanted ever since they announced they would cease production on Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. What if Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 3 was actually a thing? Now some things to note. For one, this a scenario on if I myself had full control over the production of PvZ GW3. For two, most of these ideas come from myself and a few of my friends, while other come from ideas from YouTubers or inspiration from people who I do not know personally, for example Wolfie Plays. And for three, most of these ideas aren't 100% fleshed out, they're just that, ideas and concepts. For example, some variants or characters may be overpowered or underpowered and none of them have any proper stats, again just rough estimates really. Also don't hesitate to suggest any of your own ideas/comments and concerns down in the comments, that is if anyone even watches this. Without further ado, let us begin. This first video will basically just be an introduction to the series and the game idea itself. I'll explain the game idea itself as if it's actually real and in pitching it to whoever the fuck owns EA or whatever, I don't know.
Welcome to Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 3, the third installment to the Garden Warfare series and the fourth installment to the PvZ hero shooters in general. In this game you can pick between two teams, plants or zombies, and fight between who will be able to take over Neighborville.
For context, the idea behind this is that Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville is actually a video game inside of the PvZ GW universe, which is why it was completely different to the previous entries. Moving on.
Pick between 30 different unique characters, all with their own unique variants. Not only that, but you can even unlock even more characters through certain challenges. Play against other players or go through story mode and find out what's causing a ton of distress for both plants and zombies. All of this and more in Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 3.
Now that that's out the way, let's break it down a bit. Firstly, almost every single character from the previous games, except for sponsored characters like Chester Chomper or sadly Z7 Imp, will make a return in this game from GW1 to all the way to BFN. There are some changes I would make to some of them which will be discussed in the video after this one. Not only that, but I would also try and get every map and turf map in the game from previous entries. I would want this game to be a really hefty game, one that rivals the quality of GW2 and expands upon it exponentially, unlike BFN. If you do the math, by the way, there are 18 characters with variants from the previous games and 12 brand new characters that I've come up with. However, you might be thinking,
why are there only 18 returning characters and you said every character will return? There should be 25 original characters coming back.
And to that I say, most of them are still here. The only two characters that wouldn't be returning would be Wildflower and TV Head. To me, these two characters were just lazy additions to a dying and abandoned game and honestly shouldn't even been added. If however you disagree, then maybe I would add them in through DLC, but they would be heavily altered to make them more interesting. Now as for the other characters, they're still in the game. You see, I would include a character class above the regular characters. These would be known as
mythical characters.
These mythical characters would include Torchwood, Hovergoat, Snapdragon, Electric Slide, and an unreleased character Iceberg Lettuce. These characters have no variants and all are very powerful in their own right. This does mean it'll be a big challenge to obtain these characters as well. I'm aiming for these to be on the same level of difficulty as Trials of Nomus or maybe harder. These characters should be earned, not given. Moving on, as I previously mentioned, both Rux and the sticker shop are back, but so is the Rewardotron. The sticker shop would be where you unlock new variants as well as cosmetic items and AI spawnables, while the Rewardotron would give you skins for your characters and nothing really more. Rux would give out both, but would rotate his shop daily. I imagine he would be more like BFN Rux, where there'll be items that require a certain type of currency, but maybe that currency can be bought or earned through other means like daily quests or through missions. Next, I would like to discuss the upgrade system, slight turf changes, and finally in-game changes. The upgrade system would work a little bit like the BFN upgrade system, however some unique upgrades wouldn't work for certain variants would have their own upgrades. For example, Agent P wouldn't have an upgrade like Homing P but could end up getting an upgrade that makes him able to move faster with the more headshots he hits, things like that. Also, I think giving a reward for getting a character mastered should be in order, like maybe a special skin or cosmetic. Then for those who master every single character they would get an even better reward, maybe a ton of currency and a skin that fits all characters. That's all for the upgrade system. Let's move on to the turf changes. The turf changes are only minor. First off, I would have most, if not all turf maps to have rideable vehicles/turrets at the end of the map. It kinda baffles me how only one map has this, and it was everyone's favorite map in GW1. For those who don't know, PvZ GW1 has a map called Driftwood Shores, and at the end of this map there are flask cannons that the plants can hop in and pilot. It's a ton of fun and easily my favorite map. So why not try and add in more things like that to other maps? Or at least in my new turf takeover maps, lol. Not only that, but I would revert the changes to spawnables to be similar to that of GW2, where you get the AIs from the sticker shop and use however many you want. Although I would add in legendary spawnables that are on a cooldown similar to the BFN spawnables. Lastly, let me talk about the in-game changes I would make. One change I would definitely make is revert BFN's fire damage back to how it worked in GW2. It might have been annoying, but I prefer it over BFN. How do you not die from being on fire, but you can die from stinky breath? Speaking of stinky breath, I would change how toxic damage itself works. This is courtesy of one of my friends. They pointed out how toxic damage is just green fire damage, and I couldn't agree more honestly, so my friend and I came up with a different type of toxic damage. Essentially, toxic damage debuffs opponents now to fit with the idea that you're getting poisoned. Not to mention, toxic damage works differently for both plants and zombies. For plants, toxic damage will make zombies hit less damage on the plants, nerfing their attack. While for zombies, toxic damage will make plants take more damage, nerfing their defense. These toxic effects only start after you hit enough shots onto an enemy. Another in-game change would be characters are unable to sprint if they're shot. I would want sprinting for getting into the fight, not out. This also makes less annoying to deal with and can practically eliminate ballers. Also, mixed mode would have tons of unique game modes but wouldn't include turf or team vanquish. Maybe, to be honest, I'm still thinking on it. Finally, private play would allow more than just 4 players into a group. People would be allowed to make private groups and have tons of new and different modifiers to help make playing the game fun. There'll also be a way to join off randoms who have private games up, similar to how Overwatch's custom games work. Hopefully that change would make private play a bit more fun and inclusive to those who like playing in big groups. And that's all for this video. In the coming videos I'll discuss character changes for old characters, brand new characters, discuss mythical characters and new bosses, brand new variants, new maps, the story mode and its bosses, the new backyard/giddy park equivalent, and maybe how to unlock every mythical character, and finally garden/graveyard ops changes. This is a massive project that I worked on for a few years now, ever since BFN stopped getting updates, and it became very big and very long despite me knowing something like this would never come true or ever become a thing. I'm making these videos to hopefully have people see this idea, which is all I really want at this point. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all like my ideas and are excited to see more. Peace.